And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Quick completion on the out. Touchdown, South Carolina! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Looking to pass. It's Shuck. Got him downfield. He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 10. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And the Cardinals trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They want to throw it. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They want to power it in on the ground on 3rd and goal. Hard-hitting tackle.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
He got it. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it out. It's McDowell. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. He's got his man. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the 1st down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
South Carolina, 14. Louisville, 3.
First down to start the drive after the break. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Fast motion from the offense. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Throws to the tight end. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
All right, defense, it ain't working, right? You're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Gamecocks!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch called for and made. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Gets it out fast. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a win.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Looking downfield, it's Shuck. Working that left side now. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. Got room at the 35. Open runway ahead. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? The Cardinals have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Lets it fly. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. make this defense think, put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Running it back, it's Riley. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Now 2nd and 10. Quarterback checking off. They think there's room to run to the right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, shipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
You want to talk about a decision that could blow up in your face, going for it inside your own 40. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Louisville.
And the Cardinals will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Bringing it back, it's McDowell. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water balls, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. To the air, it's Sellers. Going downfield for the big play. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And how about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, and number 3 is coming soon.
And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They keep attacking through the air. He's got an open man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the 1st down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
He's looking to throw it. Getting some heat. Makes the grab. It's Brown. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Looking to throw, it's Shuck. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. Try to get it on the ground. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. Good spot on the field to go for it. They make it pay off. Not willing to settle for a field goal on this drive.
Yeah, and Reese, I just don't know if field goals are going to win this game, honestly. I think to win, I think you need tutties. So this offense needs to stay on the field, stay aggressive, and try and capitalize after pickup.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. On second down, just keeps firing. Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. Nice job by the defender, just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Shuck. Looking to scramble. Trying to escape and get it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it. So he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have 4th down.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Using his legs, it's Sanders. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break.
The end of the first half. With the score, South Carolina 28, Louisville 3.
The Cardinals will kick it off to start the second half.
This one away.
Fielded in the end zone, it's McDowell. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Looking to move it through the air. Flushed out of the pocket. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out to. The field kind of shrinks and it kind of becomes a little bit of backyard ball. And you can tell he forced that one in there. Didn't get the interception, thank goodness, but it wasn't a great decision.
Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. The give to the back. What a nice job on the ground, working his way ahead for 7 yards and leaving them with 4th and short. They're about 2 yards away. seriously not going to go for it this close to his own end zone. I mean, he does have a punter, doesn't he? On fourth down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down marker.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield, just like right there, and create a TFL.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Off play action. Pocket starts to collapse. Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. And he didn't squeeze it. It's loose. And the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Well, you wonder how this guy is so dynamic. It's because of his speed. You simply can't coach that. You saw it on that last carry.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Going up top on first down. They'll run the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
After the short completion, it's now second down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it.
And they got him for the sack. How frustrating for an offense to not only see the extra defensive back with the dime package, but still have their quarterback get hit.
Yeah, when you go down, this is a passing situation. And if you're a defensive lineman, I'm pinning my ears back. I'm not playing the slightest bit of run. I don't care if they run the football. I'm getting to the quarterback. Nice job understanding that, rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
He gets a block. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right now.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing every possession is going to be important from here on in.
And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the Cardinals get enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick pass on the jet motion. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Oh, look out! And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 28-10. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's McDowell. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Sellers. He makes the connection. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. The Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
And the Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. Running it back, it's Riley. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got the score. You got the stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field. And if things go well, like David said, we've got a game.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Using the quick game. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route running. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Shuck. Works the middle.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Wants to throw on 3rd. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense. The offense has the whole playbook open to him on 3rd and short. They try to slip in the screen. Did not fool the defense at all. Nice stop by the defense.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. This time he's got his man. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down. The Cardinals look to keep this drive humming. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. They go to the draw. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Brown has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, South Carolina 28, Louisville 10.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Timeout, Louisville.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Dropping back, it's Shuck. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Put it right on him, sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Power football with the run. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Right back to him on the ground. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. The Cardinals want to pick up the tempo. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Second and goal coming up. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinals!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Stumbled to the ground.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense plenty last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. Can anyone catch him? At the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Out of the gun, the inside give. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's Shuck. Keeps looking downfield. He'll pull it down and run. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to run for it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that is great 3rd down and short defense. You're thinking up the middle, up the middle. You got to react to something wide. Great job seeing the toss, stretching it out, making sure they don't get downhill, making sure they don't get the first down.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. He'll start this drive firing. Finds his tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Looking to throw it, Sellers. Makes the grab. And he wanted the score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
And I love working the slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
And after that strong play on first down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. The give. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
As they come to the line, they've moved it, but they need 1 more yard on 3rd down. He's right on target. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And the route is on.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down here with time for maybe 1 more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got a man in the middle. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Now they'll run the draw. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Back to throw, it's Shuck. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. He's going to pass. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Defense playing a bail technique. He's got his man. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose by double figures.
Not a lot of drama, but there is a lot to fix. On offense, on defense, on special teams. This team, David, they've got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, but you know what, Jesse? The coaches are going to be in a great mood. The bus rides, the plane rides, those will all be real fun. Practice this week, it's going to be a blast.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.